Today we have a special treat for you, Law & Order, Special Victims Unit fans out there. We're going to take a look at some of the most terrifying times that Olivia Benson, played by the amazing Mariska Hargitay, almost died on the show. Yes, you heard me right. Benson has faced death more times than we can count, but she always manages to survive and fight another day. She's a true hero, and we love her for it. So buckle up, because we're about to revisit some of the most nail-biting moments in SVU history. Number 1, Benson gets attacked while chasing a kidnapper. Let's start with one of the earliest times that Benson was in mortal danger. In Season 7, Episode 19, titled Fault, Benson and her partner Stabler are on a hunt for a kidnapper who has abducted a young girl. They track him down to a warehouse where they split up to search for him. Benson finds him first, but he surprises her from behind and slashes her throat with a knife. She falls to the ground bleeding profusely while he runs away with the girl. Stabler hears her scream and rushes to her side, abandoning the chase to save his partner. He calls for backup and tries to stop the bleeding while Benson struggles to stay conscious. It's a heart-wrenching scene that shows how much Stabler cares for Benson and how close she came to losing her life. Number 2, Benson is kidnapped and tortured by William Lewis. If you thought that was bad, wait until you hear about this next one. In Season 15, Episode 1, titled Surrender Benson, we meet one of the most twisted and sadistic villains in SVU history, William Lewis. Lewis is a serial rapist and a killer who escapes from custody and targets Benson as his next victim. He breaks into her apartment, knocks her out, and takes her to a remote location where he tortures her for days. He forces her to watch as he rapes and kills another woman. He beats her, burns her, drugs her, and even makes her think that he killed her partner. He plays mind games with her, trying to break her spirit and make her beg for death. But Benson refuses to give up. She fights back every chance she gets and eventually manages to escape from his clutches, but not before enduring unimaginable pain and trauma that would haunt her forever. Number 3, Benson plays a harrowing game of Russian Roulette. You think that after surviving Lewis' ordeal, Benson would never have to see him again, but you're wrong. In Season 15, Episode 20, titled Beast Obsession, Lewis escapes from prison and goes on a rampage of revenge against Benson. He kidnaps a young girl and lures Benson to a secluded cabin where he forces her to play a deadly game of Russian roulette with him. He puts one bullet in a revolver, spins the cylinder, and points it at his head. He pulls the trigger, but nothing happens. He then passes the gun to Benson, who has no choice but to do the same. She points it at her head and pulls the trigger, but nothing happens either. They repeat this process several times, each time increasing the odds of getting shot. It's a tense and terrifying scene that makes us wonder if Benson will survive this time or not. Just as Lewis is about to pull the trigger again, the police arrive and surround the cabin. Lewis realizes he has no way out and decides to end his life on his own terms. He shoots himself in the head, leaving Benson covered in his blood and in shock. Number 4, Benson is almost killed in front of her son. Benson may have escaped death many times, but she also has something else to live for, her son Noah. Benson adopted Noah after he was rescued from a child trafficking ring in Season 16. Since then, she has been a loving and devoted mother to him, even as she faces danger on the job every day. But sometimes danger comes too close to home. In Season 24, Episode 10 of Law & Order Special Victims Unit, titled Jumped In, Benson and Noah are walking home from school when they notice some suspicious men outside their apartment building. They turn out to be members of a violent gang called BX9, who are looking for revenge against Benson for arresting their leader. They spot Benson and Noah and start chasing them with machetes. Benson managed to get Noah inside the building and tells him to lock the door. She then confronts the gang members with her gun drawn, but they outnumbered and overpowered her. They knock her down and are about to slash her with their blades. When they hear sirens, they run away. Benson is left bruised and battered, but alive. She hugs Noah and tells him that everything will be okay, but we can see the fear in her eyes. Number 5. Benson is shot in the line of duty for the first time. The most recent time that Benson almost died was in the Season 3 finale of Law & Order Organized Crime, titled with many names. In this crossover episode, Benson and Stabler reunite after 10 years of being apart and team up to take down a sociopathic hacker named Kyle Wilkie, who runs a revenge for hire website called Shadowwork. Wilkie is behind a series of murders. He places a $50,000 hit on them and sends a hitman to kill them. They end up in a shootout at a diner where they were hiding. Benson manages to take out the hitman, but she gets shot in the process. She falls to the floor, clutching her wound, while Stabler calls for help. He then holds her hand and tells her that he loves her as she slips into unconsciousness. It's a shocking and emotional moment that leaves us wondering if Benson will make it or not. Luckily for her, she survives the gunshot and recovers in the hospital, where Stabler visits her. She tells him that she's glad he's back and that they have work to do. She's a badass and we admire her for it. So there you have it, folks. 5 terrifying times that Benson almost died on Law & Order Special Victims Unit. She's a survivor, a fighter, and a hero, and we can't wait to see what she does next. What do you think of these moments? Which one was the most scary for you? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Until next time, stay safe and stay tuned.